Oh, okay, let's draw. Today I want to talk about how you can improve your art. I know that I'm definitely not the best at drawing, and I still need to improve myself a lot. But still I often get asked how I improved my style or what you can do to get better at drawing. So here are some tips and tricks and things that I do or did to get better. First of all, it's the motivation and inspiration. I think those two go together and are like the basement of drawing. The inspiration I would consider is what you want to draw. And the motivation is to actually draw it. Inspiration is much easier to get, as you can find inspiration everywhere. It can be other artists, images, colors, characters from games or anime or books, even art trends or art challenges. I like a lot to go through Pinterest or even Instagram, where you can find a lot of inspiration. You can, for example, draw your OCs or create a new OC. You can create a drawing based on a color palette or a random word, or even looking up outfits and create a character based on an outfit. So inspiration, you can find it everywhere. Motivation is a little bit different, and I think it's harder to get motivated to draw than find inspiration. Sometimes inspiration can be enough to get motivated. Like if you see something that you really want to draw, then you can just draw it. But sometimes you just don't feel like drawing. So how to get motivated? First of all, if you sit in front of the paper and nothing comes out, then just take your time. Do something different, do something that's fun for you, drink a tea or a coffee, take a shower, or do whatever you want, and then you can come back and try again. But sometimes if you're unmotivated, it can also be the cause of something else. Like if you're stressed at work or school, or have some other problems in mind. Then it's okay to take a break for a couple of days. Just don't make the break too long, as the longer you stop drawing, the more unmotivated you will get. I did that for 3 years where I wasn't drawing at all, because I was either unmotivated or uninspired, and it was really hard for me to start drawing again. But then when I had vacations once, I decided to use the time to draw as much as possible, and that helped me to get back into drawing. Then I twisted my ankle really badly, so I had even more time to draw, and then the pandemic happened and I had even more time to draw. So yeah, all these bad things actually helped me to get back into drawing. Also, I started posting most of my drawings on Instagram, and that also motivated me to draw more. So now that we have our motivation and inspiration to draw, let's see what we can do to improve on our drawing skills. So the second point would be tracing. Now, most people will tell you tracing is bad, but that's not true. Tracing is a good way to warm up your wrist and to learn how to draw something new. Especially when you start drawing, tracing can help you to understand how something is drawn. When I started drawing, I would trace a lot, especially Pokemon. But even nowadays, I still sometimes trace drawings that I like a lot, and I want to understand how they work. That especially goes for eyes, hair, hands. Now, the important thing is tracing is just a warm-up or practice or study. So if you trace something, don't share it. This is just for you to get better. Also, most of the times, traced drawings are very obvious and most of the times look very bad, especially if you don't have the skills to understand what you are actually tracing. But of course, if you just trace, then you will never get better. You will also have to try to work on your own style. So the next step after tracing would be copying. I think most of us started drawing by copying characters we liked or drawings that we liked. So it's a good point to start by copying images that you like or styles that you like. But again, this is just a warm-up or a practice. Don't copy someone else's drawing and claim it as yours. Though sometimes it's okay to copy something and share it. For example, for redraw challenges, where you can take a screenshot from a TV show and then draw it, or draw this in your styles, where you redraw a character from someone else. But in both those challenges, you should try to redraw it in your own style, not just copying it. Or if you want to redraw an artist's drawing, then you should ask for their permission first. And also always give credit. But mostly try to draw it in your own style, so you're not just copying someone else's. So the next step of copying would be using references. You should always try to use references. Especially if you're struggling with something like drawing hands, you can easily find references online for that. Or if you want a specific pose, you can just take a picture of your own hand and draw that. And that goes for everything, like hair or poses, or for example, if you want to draw an airplane, then you should look up airplanes. A lot of times we think we know how something looks, and we think we can draw it without having a reference. But a lot of times, if you have a reference, then you will see a lot of different details that you might forgot or didn't even notice before. So it's good to have them when you're drawing. There's also a challenge you can do where you draw something first without reference and then you draw it again, but this time with references. References also can help for our next point, which is practicing. You should try to draw as much as possible. The best would be to draw daily, at least a couple of minutes. And you don't have to draw finished pieces every day. Even sketching something quickly can help us improve. But the best way to improve is practice drawing something that you want to improve on. Say for example you want to improve drawing hands, then you can Google images of hands and just redraw a bunch of them. And that goes for everything. For example, you can search up hairstyles or outfit, poses, whatever you want to improve on. Even objects, like chairs or doors, windows. Every now and then you should just fill up a page with sketches of something you want to improve on. You can also make the practice a challenge. For example, you take a random word generator and create a character or drawing based on the words that it gives you. Or you can Google the word and draw some of the images that it shows you based on that word. So for all your practice drawings, you should definitely have a sketchbook. This is a place where you can doodle, sketch, improve, and do whatever you want. So please, just treat it as a sketchbook. Here's where you can have the ugliest sketches, but also the prettiest masterpieces. So don't worry how the sketches or doodles or pages turn out in here. This is just the place where you can do whatever you want and improve your art. Not every page has to look super cute and clean and beautiful. No. Because actually having some not so pretty drawings in here will help you improve. As you can see what did you wrong on the drawing and so do it better the next time. So if you have a sketch that you don't like, don't erase it immediately. You can redraw it and fix the part that you didn't like. In here you can apply all the steps mentioned before. And it's always nice to look through your sketchbook and see how much you have improved and all the different things you have drawn. So, of course, it's hard to get better by yourself. That's why I also would recommend you to look up tutorials. There are tutorials for everything. You want to learn how to draw hands? Then search up hand tutorial. You want to learn how to use watercolors? There are so many tutorials for that. On YouTube, you can find so many good and free tutorials. I used to look up a lot of tutorials on DeviantArt, Pinterest, or I would also buy the how to draw books, which will also teach you about perspective and stuff like that. This all can be a lot, especially if you just started drawing. So just start slowly and step by step. You won't get better from one day or another. And there's no magical formula on how to improve super fast. It all depends on how much time you can put into drawing. The more you practice, the faster you will improve. Some people are naturally talented and will improve much faster than others. It took me a very long time to get where I am now, and I'm not even that good. I still need to improve a lot, so that's why I try to draw every day. I think I'm slowly improving. But now the last step, and the most important one, is that you have fun. Just enjoy drawing and do whatever you want, and you will get better sooner or later. Don't get upset when a drawing don't turn out as you imagined, as that is something that will happen to all of us. I hope you had fun watching the video, and I hope some of the tips are helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!